Hey, how's it going? Hope you guys are doing good. We're going to be hopping in for a reading today. If you don't want to see the astrology portion, I'm going to have it time-stamped in the comment section below so you can go straight to the tarot portion. But that said, I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are having a good day. Charts and transits are going to be right next to me. We're going to be taking a look. There's a lot going on. I mean, we have like 7 or 8 planets in retrograde right now, but we're just coming out of the Pisces full moon. That, once in a blue moon, like it was the 2 full moons in August, we just had that. It's very intense and very heavy energy. And I'm really being drawn to everything we have going on with Mercury, Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune, right? So first and foremost, we have Mercury trining Jupiter, Mercury trining Uranus, and we have Uranus sextile Neptune. We also have Mars trining Pluto, and Uranus trining Pluto, Neptune sextile Pluto. So my whole thing with Uranus and Neptune, given the fact that it's in retrograde right now, there's a really big focus on individuality. There's a really big focus on freedom, personal freedom, and how that relates to... It's almost like how it relates to your ideas of what living an ideal lifestyle is. I feel like that's kind of what's being brought into question, right? We have Mercury trining Jupiter, and that to me talks about this huge shift in consciousness surrounding what you believe is possible. I really feel like this has a lot to do with relationships because we are still in Venus retrograde. We're working on those old cycles with the Venus squaring Jupiter, right? And so it's kind of looking at what hasn't been working. We talk about that a lot too. But I feel like if you're not seeing a lot of communication or movement in your relationship right now, that's because I feel like there's this level of guilt, right? Because we have Uranus in retrograde and we also have Neptune in retrograde, there's a level of guilt surrounding a lack of action, a lack of movement. In particular with Neptune sextile Pluto, there's this really deep sense of the collective shadow coming to the forefront in your relationships. And this is essentially like you two being in a connection. It creates a bubble of energy. And within that, you have your own lessons and baggage and karma and shadow aspects that you both bring out in each other and in the relationship. And so right now, I feel like it's a good time to take a look at how certain things in your relationship have been holding you back from moving forward. And so I'm picking up on this energy where I feel like it has to do with somebody that you may be dealing with. I feel like there's a lot of guilt and regret for how things have gone, right? Mercury trining Jupiter, I feel like there's this sense of really looking at what could be. And then with all of this retrograde energy, looking at what has happened, like Mars opposing Neptune, right? And there's this need to feel free. It's kind of what it feels like. I feel like when it comes to certain types of relationships, when there's issues in relationships, a lot of the times that can feel very constricting to either you or your person because it's almost like there's just like a consistent conflict because something hasn't been resolved. And so if you're kind of seeing a little bit of a separation right now, I feel like that's because you both need to reflect on how you have contributed to how things have played out in this relationship, right? With Lilith squaring Uranus, Lilith kind of being the dark feminine or the kind of shadow aspects of your own consciousness, and Uranus being the planet of spiritual abilities and creativity and also individuality, kind of reflecting on the ways in which you've kept yourself constricted in your relationships. Do you feel like you're able to authentically be who you want to be, not only in your own life, but in your relationships? And do you feel like that's seen, loved, and appreciated? It's one of those things where I feel like you're both reflecting on that at this time. You're looking at yourselves as individuals, you're looking at yourselves as individuals in the relationship, and then you're looking at the relationship as a whole. And there's this kind of, it's almost like a checklist is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing somebody going over a checklist and saying, okay, this is what has happened so far in the relationship. This is how I feel about myself in the relationship. This is how I feel about the relationship. Trying to find a balance between all of that and trying to find some sort of similarity here. I'd say the positive aspect of this energy, given the fact we do have Mars trining Pluto, we do have Mercury trining Jupiter, and Mercury trining Uranus, there's a really big shift in consciousness surrounding how you view relationships and what this relationship means to you. And I feel like that's both ways. So you and your person, if you're experiencing difficulties in communication, or there are miscommunications, or you're both just very focused on your own individual lives and paths right now, that's getting both of you to really learn to appreciate each other and the relationship. I'm going to go leave it there. We're going to hop into the tarot portion. If you want to book a personal reading, subscribe to Patreon, or listen to my music. All of that is in the description. I'm never going to contact you for a reading. Only way to book one is to DM me on Instagram or send me an email, but it will take about 1 to 2 weeks to get that out to you. With that said, yeah, I hope you guys are doing good, man. We're going to be using the Book of Thoth Tarot. We're going to see whatever wants to come out. Give thanks to my guides, angels, and ancestors for any messages for us today. Okay. We have the Seven of Wands reversed. We have the Knight of Cups. Bottom of the deck we have Death reverse. Queen of Swords. What is this? The Universe? Yep. Seven of Wands reverse. Three of Cups. Knight of Cups. I feel like so I feel like whatever blockages were getting in the way of this relationship are being broken down. And I feel like this has to do with friends, right? Three of Cups, like this is what I'm seeing here. Seven of Wands, Three of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. I'm feeling like I'm seeing a group of friends, or a friend in particular, somebody that, it's almost like you're starting to see how there were a lot of people that were going against you and or your person in each of your individual lives. And with the Queen of Swords and the Universe here, the Universe is stepping in to essentially put an end to that, right? So I don't feel like whatever blockages were going on, I don't feel like those are there anymore. If you're seeing a little bit of lack of movement, I feel like that's because all of this is being cleared away. It's kind of what it feels like. I'd like to clarify who this Knight of Cups is, though. We have the Hermit. You have Ten of Cups reverse. Seven of Pentacles reverse. Five of Pentacles reverse, and the Queen of Pentacles. Excuse me, my nose is kind of itchy. I feel like this is somebody who's kind of in a state of deep reflection, right? And so what I'm feeling like, I feel like this may be the person you're dealing with. They're in this space right now where while they do want to come back together with you to work on this, is what it looks like, they don't want to fight. This is somebody who doesn't want to argue. They don't want any conflict. I feel like this is somebody who is experiencing conflict within their friend group, and they don't want to bring that to you. I feel like there are people around you or this person that don't want to see this relationship come together, unfortunately, whether or not that's like an openly spoken thing. I feel like there are a lot of people around you both that just really don't want to see this come together. This has been the overarching message I've been getting all day when I was doing the short message earlier. By the way, sometimes I forget to post them on YouTube, so if you do want to watch the short, I do like a minute long, like quick message for the day that I do these readings, and those are on Instagram, jstarotservice. But that's kind of what I'm seeing. I feel like there are a lot of people that are starting to be revealed. My Queen of Swords in the Universe, I feel like you're really starting to see how certain people may not have had your best interests in mind, and I think that goes both ways. That's for you and for your person. Five of Pentacles reverse, Seven of Pentacles reverse. And I feel like that's because somebody here, like, this is what I'm seeing, like the Queen of Pentacles, they're looking away. They're not focusing on all of this. This is somebody no longer focusing on this kind of energy. Somebody here is, it's like I keep picking up on this energy of friends. I feel like this is an old friend group. These are people that I feel like this person has known for a very long time. If they haven't known them for a very long time, it feels that way. This could also be family. It's a combination of family and friends, and I feel like a lot of intentions are being exposed, a lot of true intentions. Like when I see the Hermit, this could be Virgo energy. When I see the Hermit, this to me talks about secrets being revealed. There's a lot of wisdom that has to do with these people. And this is just a huge thing going on right now, especially with Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde happening at the same time. There may be a lot of past people coming around, maybe not for the best reasons, and I feel like because you kind of see the truth about these people, you're able to make a decision that's going to be good for you and this relationship. This to me feels like a sense of protection, right? With the Seven of Wands reverse, I feel like this is somebody who wants to protect you and this relationship. Like the Knight of Cups, Three of Cups, and Seven of Wands reverse. This to me feels like your person is really trying to, if you haven't come back together with this person, or you haven't actually solidified anything, this is somebody who's trying to protect that. It's kind of hard to explain. It's like a newborn baby, right? And it's like you have to kind of protect that baby from the elements more than you would like a grown adult. That's what I feel like. This is something where you may have had, cycles and things happen with this person, but I feel like a lot of that has closed out, and there's the seedling of a potential to move into something more beneficial. I feel like you're both moving into a healthier space because you're moving into a healthier space within yourselves. And because of that, that's allowing you both to see each other in a new way. Very reminiscent of what we were talking about in the astrological portion. Can I clarify the Hermit, please? Five of Wands. Four of Swords. Prince of Swords. Yeah, bottom of the deck, Nine of Cups reverse. That's been coming out almost every reading. We have the Five of Wands, Prince of Swords, and the Four of Swords. I feel like this is somebody that you don't even talk to anymore. And I don't think this has anything to do with you or your person. Well, I mean, yeah, like, but what I'm saying is, like, there's people in each of your lives that you no longer associate with in that way, and these people are not happy about that. And I feel like this could be old friends and old family members with the Moon, Three of Pentacles, right? Three of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Nine of Cups reverse. These could be like old business partners. This could be old coworkers. It's just one of those things where I feel like there's a lot of people watching what you and your person are doing. I don't feel like either of you are being open about what's happening in your relationship. I feel like you're both. I feel like that's what I'm seeing here with the Nine of Cups, Three of Cups, and I keep being drawn to that, the Seven of Wands reverse. I think you're both learning to keep a lot of your relationship to yourselves, right? You both know what's going on with each other. You both know what's going on in the relationship, but I think you're both realizing that not everybody else needs to know, right? So you may not be as open and transparent about what's happening in your relationship, whether that's on social media or just what you are revealing to friends and family. I feel like you and your person are probably both keeping this to yourselves. You may not even really be revealing a lot to each other surrounding, the direction you see things going. I do see some sort of mutual desire to bring this back into balance. I do see some sort of, it's almost like the universe is kind of giving you both another chance to actually work this out. I feel like the universe is facilitating some sort of conversation here. But more than anything, I feel like it's going to bring a lot of truth to why there was a lot of dissatisfaction in this connection. Three of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Nine of Cups. Whatever dissatisfactions that you were facing or whatever setbacks that you were facing, I feel like you're going to start getting clarity on that. And I feel like it's because it's like you're both realizing that there was a lot of jealousy around you guys. There are a lot of people that were just like, I feel like it's because you're choosing not to invest in certain people. Because you and your person are choosing to no longer be people pleasers. I feel like you both recognize that by you trying to please others around you, that's what's kind of gotten in the way of the relationship in the first place. Can I clarify the Five of Wands, please? This fell out. So we have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, we have the Knight of Discs, which is the Knight of Pentacles. We have, what is this? The Six of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Eight of Cups, excuse me, and the Lovers. This is actually really good. I mean, I feel like, we were clarifying the Five of Wands, so what this is telling me here is you're both overcoming something that was very difficult in your relationship. I feel like you're overcoming some sort of arduous cycle or some kind of disagreement or just something that was holding you both back. You're overcoming that. Right? Lovers and the Four of Wands. You're both overcoming some very serious issues, and that's leading to you both actually building something solid together. Again, I feel like the desire is mutual. You know, Six of Pentacles, Four of Wands, and the Lovers. Whatever it was that you feel like was imbalanced in the beginning of this relationship is now being let go of. And I feel like this is something where it's almost kind of like you're both having these realizations at the same time. And I feel like this could be like a divine partnership. We don't have any of the Empress or Emperor on the table, nor do we have any counterparts here, but regardless of labels, I feel like this is a relationship that is teaching you both how to better stand up for yourselves so that you may stand up for each other and to protect the relationship. That is the main thing I'm getting here with this Knight of Pentacles. I feel like you're both really in this space of protecting the relationship. Moving things slowly, taking your time with it. It's like you guys have your own rules about what this means. And this isn't something where I feel like you guys are listening to anybody from outside of yourselves anymore. You could even be not necessarily, it's like you can be walking away from not even just people, but this could be like walking away from ways of thinking. This could be maybe necessarily not even, like if you're somebody that like watches a lot of tarot readings, you could be watching less tarot readings or staying away from certain types of energies or readers, or not divulging certain information to friends or family about your relationship. And I feel like you're both being guided to do that in order to preserve the relationship, right? Because with the Queen of Wands here, Ten of Cups reverse again, and now we have the Empress and the Three of Swords. All right, so Three of Wands, Empress, Ten of Cups reverse, and the Queen of Wands. This could be like a mother figure here. Somebody, this could also, this could actually be a past person. I feel like this could be like an ex. I feel like this is a very bitter ex. I feel like with the Ten of Cups reverse, Queen of Wands, and the Empress, and Three of Swords, this is somebody who's very heartbroken about the fact that your person is no longer investing in that relationship. We kind of had this come out a little bit too, but I also feel like this is you. I feel like with the Empress, Ten of Cups reversed, and the Queen of Wands, and Three of Swords, it's like you're turning your back to like anything and anybody that's trying to get it in the way of your happiness. Notice with the Empress here, and the way this card is coming out, the Empress is no longer looking towards the Ten of Cups reverse. Like, you see? The Empress is no longer looking at what wasn't working. This is somebody who's no longer invested in a particular area of life that was making them unhappy. This could be somebody that's moving to a new city. This could be somebody who's getting a new job, who's moving away from an unhappy job. Somebody who's just like really looking at everything in their life that has gone wrong, or anything that's caused them some sort of heartbreak or disappointment, and understanding that it's time for them to take their power back. This is somebody who's unapologetically being themselves and they're no longer letting anyone hold them back, not even themselves. And I feel like this is somebody who's looking at how they've held themselves back, how their past heartbreaks have held them back, and how all of that has held them back from investing in this relationship. This is somebody who's having a really deep heart-to-heart with themselves and the universe and their guides, and really being honest about how they may have caused problems in any area of their life, right? Can I clarify this already coming out? Yeah, I was going to clarify this Empress here. We have the Devil. So this is definitely some sort of karmic relationship that came to an end here, that they're still watching and not happy about it. They're stuck. Eight of Swords. They are trapped in their own head. This is somebody who is also probably feeling very guilty about how they may have caused stagnation. Two of Cups in this relationship. Seven of Cups. Two of... Oh my god, I just dropped my 3 cards. Give me a sec. I am dropping all the cards. Not meaning to, but I am. Okay, so... Prince of Wands, Death, and Two of Wands, as well as... Seven of Cups, Two of Cups, Devil, and Princess of Cups, which is basically a Page of Cups. So we have Page of Cups, and we have the Nine of Wands. And we're clarifying the Empress. So these are toxic relationships that are being closed out. Eight of Pentacles. This may be something at some point that your person was invested in, right? I don't feel like that's happening anymore with the Seven of Cups. I feel like that's... Seven of Cups could also be sabotage. I feel like there's an ex that was trying to sabotage this connection. And that could be on either side. Remember, this is... In these types of connections, oftentimes you will both have these things happening in your respective lives, and it's kind of up to you both to do the work and to set the boundaries and to do the things that you need to do to make sure you're protecting the blessings coming into your life, right? That's what I'm seeing here. With this whole Empress and the Ten of Cups reversed and the Queen of Wands, I feel like this is somebody here who likes to be in control, right? They really like to try to control the people around them. This is somebody who doesn't like to see others do better than them. This is somebody who is looking at you and your person, whether or not... See, the thing that's really interesting about it, it's like people are perceiving you and this person to be a particular way. People may think that you guys like the Four of Wands and, you know, the Two of Cups and you know, like all these really great cards and the Lovers. People may perceive you to be a power couple, man. I feel like you have the potential to be a power couple here, and I feel like that's intimidating a lot of people, because it's like when these types of relationships come together, it's going to be intimidating for friends, for family, for exes. I mean, there's this huge energy of comparison here. This is somebody who's so caught up in their head, they're comparing themselves to you. This is like an ex who may not, like, whatever the situation is with you and this person, this ex or friend group, they look at you like almost like a threat. Like they're looking at you like, okay, they may be watching your person change because of you. Maybe you've just inspired them to change, and vice versa. And because of that, there's people around that are just like, hey, wait, this isn't familiar to me. I'm used to you acting this way, doing and saying, being like this, but now you're changing this and this. So it's almost like people are kind of looking at you and they're like, oh, you know what, ever since this person came into your life, you started acting funny or moving different. But I feel like at the end of the day, this is because you're pushing each other to grow and to elevate. And that's what these relationships do. They oftentimes come into your life to really get you to look at your own toxic behaviors. It's really to get you to look at your own self-sabotaging behaviors, right? The Devil, Eight of Swords, and Two of Cups. In what ways do you self-sabotage relationships? In what ways do you feel as though your toxic behaviors have gotten in the way of accepting and, I guess, giving and receiving love, right? It's really interesting. I don't know. It's let's just pull some more cards. Let's go ahead and get another deck out here. We're almost out of time. We're going to use Hieronymus Bosch, see what comes out. That did not take long. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Birds. Ace of Birds says, family, multitasking, and togetherness. I feel like you and this person have the potential to build a very stable future with each other, right? We have the Barrel Boy, came out last reading. We have the Surgeon, also last reading. We have the King of Vessels, which is the King of Cups. We have, what is this, Paradise, which is, we'll get into that. And we have the World. We have the Knight of Berries. The Conjurer, which is the Magician. So something new has already started. Some sort of new cycle has started between you and this person. And I feel like that's been triggered by all of the endings in each of your lives. There's like some sort of completion here within this relationship where it's like how do I even explain it? It's like you've like gone through this portal. I feel like you've gone through this portal and you both have released a lot of self-limiting beliefs and self-sabotaging behaviors, and you're now both seeing the relationship in a new way, completely reminiscent of the astrology portion that we had for this video. You're both looking at each other as something where I feel like you can really build something solid, and I think that's kind of the overarching theme for this reading, is because you're seeing how this relationship is impacting the people around you, you're realizing how powerful it is. You're realizing how you are both extremely powerful individuals, and coming together naturally is going to cause every area of your lives that are not in alignment with the new life you want and the new you are going to break down. And that's what I feel like this new cycle is. As you're starting this new, I keep saying cycle, it's just what I'm seeing. As you're starting this new cycle, whether or not that's fully manifest in the physical, I feel like on an energetic level, you're both regenerating. It's like something here is regenerating, right? All it really feels like, it's like, I'm trying to put it into words because it's like, I can see it. It's almost like a vision. I'm just watching, it's almost like there's like, I'm seeing like a planet, okay? I'm seeing like the Earth, right? And the Earth itself is crumbling away, but under that there's a new Earth. There's just another Earth inside of that Earth, right? And that's what I'm seeing here. There's like some sort of mask that's coming off. There's some sort of shell and wall being broken down, and by doing that on an individual level, you're now seeing this person and they're seeing you in a new way. And this relationship is now being reborn because of that. And so anything that was kind of keeping this stuck, any stagnation here, any of this toxic behavior, any of these people that were trying to get in the way of this, right? These are often people that have not the best of intentions, right? In a relationship, the Surgeon here, this is somebody who portrays themselves to be a certain way. In reality, this is somebody who is trying to cause issues. That's being let go of, right? And through that, you're both maturing. I feel like you can expect some sort of communication from this person. I feel like this is somebody who really just wants to reveal their true feelings to you. This doesn't normally come out in the readings, but this was what I'm seeing here. King of Cups, Paradise, the World, and the Conjurer. Right? There's a lot of creation here. There's completion, creation, victory, communication, and peace, humility, blessings through work. And I feel like this is like something where I feel like you and this person are, if you haven't already seen it, you're going to start getting inklings of where this is going. And I feel like that's because you're both, again, seeing each other in a new way, seeing how this relationship has been a very positive influence on both you and your person, right? And because of that, it's like, there's like this sense of apprehension, there's a sense of excitement, there's a sense of adventure of like, okay, well, where is this going to go? It's like it's really stepping into that new way of thinking and a new way of loving, and I feel like you're both teaching each other how to love in a new way. Really interesting reading. I don't know. This is, I feel like you're both really seeing each other for who you are to each other. Let's go ahead and get some final messages here for you. Maybe clarify this King of Cups. So we have Queen of Berries, bottom of the deck. It says fertility, a powerful female, and motherhood. This card is representative of growing new blessings, right? These are two people. I don't know if I can show it because it's not like technically nudity, but you know, YouTube's a little weird. We have Christ Child, we have the Knight of Birds. So there is caution taken here, but these are two people that are essentially, they are essentially in the space of they both have their own blessings. These are two people that are very powerful in their own right. And I feel like with the Christ Child, that is the sun in this deck. Again, it's just a new beginning. And again, Knight of Birds, adventure, excitement, and movement. So I feel like these are two people that have decided that they want to be together. Whether or not they've taken action on that, whether or not they've communicated that, that's kind of what I'm seeing coming up here. And that's causing a lot of issues in both of your lives. There are people that are jealous. There are people that are insecure. All of it, right? It's a powerful relationship. You two are a very powerful force of magic is what I'm hearing. You're both a very powerful force of magic and transformation. You're transforming each other. And by doing so, you're transforming the lives of those around you. Okay, I'm gonna get some final advice. Even though this is technically supposed to be the final advice, I do want to continue to pull since we have some time. Let's see, let's clarify this here. Kind of want to know what this new beginning entails. I mean, it's pretty clear that it's some sort of union you guys are coming into, is what it feels like to me. I mean, I do feel like it's going to be a little slow. There's going to be caution. I feel like you're going to need to take your time to build the relationship. You know, don't rush into anything. I think you're both in that space right now of wanting to do this right. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, so let's see. We got a few cards here. We have Sin of Envy. Exactly what we were deciding. There's a lot of people that are going to be envious. This is the Flower Pusher, which is Justice in this deck. We have the Prince of Vessels, which is the Page of Cups, and then we have the King of Birds, which is the card of Purification. So yeah, I feel like anybody that was being fake, or any of these fake people that were trying to portray themselves to actually want, they're like, you know what I mean, people that smile on your face and talk behind your back, that's being exposed. They're getting their justice. You don't got to worry about that. So as a final advice, let the universe close these cycles out. Let these people fall away. Trust the process, and trust that, like, if you two want to be together, ain't nothing going to stop that, man. That's the kind of energy I'm feeling. If the universe is favoring this, you both want it, it's just a matter of time. You know, be patient, be forgiving, be open and honest about your feelings and expectations, and go from there. But I love you. I'm going to leave it there. If you want to book a personal, listen to my music, or subscribe to Patreon, everything's in the description. Never going to contact for your reading at all. Only can do it by email and DM on Instagram. But that said, I love you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope this reading resonated. I will see you in the next reading. Goodbye.